Alright, so I got my GoPro strapped to my head, so I'm going to try to get Gimli, my Cuban false chameleon. If you guys go back, that's the first video that I ever posted to the Kamp Kenan Army channel, submitted. For the last several months, his throat has been is swelling. And originally, when I thought it was, this particular species in the wild, they're designed to catch and crush snails in Cuba. Obviously, snails is not a readily available food source for me, so I'm not giving him snails. And he's a male, so I just thought he just had a big, impressive head. But lately, it's becoming much more swollen, and so I took him to the vet on Friday. Today is Sunday, and the vet, it's a vet that deals with reptiles, so I trusted them. And they looked, I couldn't see anything externally as far as a wound that could have caused an infection. And then they used a surgical scope to go down in his throat and look to see if there was anything internally, and they didn't see anything. So they could do a biopsy, a needle biopsy, but because it's underneath his throat, there might be some risk to that. So what they recommended was a month of antibiotics and a month of anti-inflammatories, which I have to give orally via syringe. So that's what I want to share with you guys, how I'm going to give him Gimli oral medication. So I got the GoPro running, so let's catch him and see how we do. And I couldn't get my app to work, so I don't know how well if this is coming out good, but I think I'm pointing at him. All right, big guy. Easy, easy. Alright, there he is. So I hope this is focusing, but you can see how swollen this is. So I already did a video of prepping the syringes, and we'll add that in here momentarily. So this is, I have to give 0.04, which is less than 0.1, obviously. So that tick mark right there is 0.05, so one underneath that. So it is just a small amount. Gimli weighed in at 71 grams. So obviously he's just a little guy. And I gotta get it right under that line. There we go. So this is the enrofloxacin. I hope I'm saying that right. I believe that is the antibiotic. And then we have the Medicam, which I think is the anti-inflammatory. So, and this one is 0.07. Alright. Turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. So I always draw up just a little bit more and then push out the excess, so 7. Alright. So those are the two medications that the vet has prescribed to Gimli. So let me let him swallow it. I made a mistake yesterday and I shot them both in quick, and then I think he spit some of it up. So I'm going to give him a chance to swallow that. Hey buddy. So, bearded anole, see the beard? Or Cuban false chameleon. This is Anolis barbatus. So, let's give the next one. Come on buddy. There we go. I don't know if you could hear that crunch, but again, designed to prey on snails in native Cuba. Now he's eating crickets and superworms and dubia roaches, loves hornworms, but it's just really worrisome. Hope you guys can see that real good, how swollen that throat is. You know, giant anoles can live 10-15 years, and this is a relative of the giant anoles, and so I believe he's only about 3.5 years old. So I I definitely want him to be around for a good number of years. And this harkens back to some things that I know Kenan has said more than once, and that is, you know, we're hobbyists, we're not vets. If you have a problem with your animal, don't hesitate to take it to the vet. It was a $100 vet visit, but I believe it's well worth it to try to give this animal the best quality of life and to keep him around as long as possible. So, there he is. Tom, maybe you could tag my first ever video that I submitted to the Kamp Kenan Army when we showed this guy. And I think you guys will see that his throat was not that swollen, or not swollen at all back then. See, swallow down that medicine, big guy. But so we're gonna do this for a month, and hopefully by then it starts to go down and I can report back to the vet with good news. But if it's still swollen or if it gets worse, I will go back sooner. And unfortunately, they're going to have to do a needle biopsy to actually see what it is. You know, it's not hard. I mean, I hope it's not a tumor or cancer or anything like that, but all animals can get that. All right, buddy, we'll let you be. I hope this video is coming out good. Bella is around here somewhere, his girlfriend. I'm currently incubating 4 eggs, so she's doing pretty good. Oh, she's down at the bottom there. All right, we'll let you go. Let me turn this off. I wish I could have got the app on my phone to work. That way I could have, you know, tested to see how that picture was going to come out for you guys. But so it's Sunday, the 4th of August. So I'm gonna get this one in a little earlier, not the last minute day of the month submissions that I've been doing. Just to reiterate what Kenan has said more than once, if you have a problem with your animals, take them to a vet. Take them to a qualified vet that works with reptiles, that can give you the proper advice. I mean, there's some things as hobbyists, experienced hobbyists that we can do on our own at home, and I know Kenan is very knowledgeable about a lot of things. I've had to syringe feed animals before if they were anorexic or low on weight. But I'm rambling a little bit. So Ken and Tom, again, thanks. I thought about doing this on my channel, and I may very well, because I got to do it for a month, I may post something similar to my channel in the future as I do this. But I know the Kamp Kenan Army has a much bigger audience, so this is just a more of an educational advice video, I hope. And I'm sweating. I don't know if you guys can see the sweat dripping off of me, but seek veterinary advice, and you know, oral medication through a syringe is not that difficult when you can get an animal to open its mouth to want to bite you. So I just wanted to share those 2 things, that bit of advice and the technique that I use, which was really easy. So until next time, you guys take it easy. Thanks.